Hello and good morning from Strasbourg, France. I wanted to film this outside, but it is absolutely pouring rain. Appropriate amount of rain. Today we are actually heading down to Colmar and then back to Geneva. It's our last day with the BMW iX40, and I think we're sort of getting to the end of how much content we can film with this vehicle. But this will just be the trip from here in Strasbourg, from the Sofitel in Strasbourg to Colmar, if we do end up there because of the rain, and down to Geneva. I kind of want to make an efficiency run. We're showing 86% state of charge, 334 kilometers indicated range. I don't think we'll get to Geneva. Geneva's about 280 today because we're going through Colmar, so it's a bit of a detour. We will probably have to stop and charge once along the way somewhere. I'd like to make it there in one charge, because at 6 we can bring it back at whatever charge level we want and we won't get charged extra, which is really awesome. Something that Hertz should actually do, because Sixt invested in charging infrastructure at their airport locations. So yeah, we're going to do that. We will probably have to stop and charge just to be safe, and we have a train to catch at, I believe, 5:15 p.m. to go to Lyon. Lyon is our next stop, and we're not doing any driving there. So come along with us and enjoy the scenery, enjoy the atmosphere, hopefully, if it's not raining all the way. Let's go. Okay, just to confirm, state of charge, kilometers in remaining distance, and we are going to Colmar. As I said, it is absolutely pouring rain. We are on Autoroute 35 now. I guess we're about 40 kilometers from Colmar. Everything good, 76% state of charge, 287 kilometers of remaining range. The driving assists, they work extremely well in the iX, but I kind of expect that from BMW. I still think the Hyundai driving assist systems are by far the best I've used, even better than Tesla. But yeah, everything is good here. And tips, if you do stay in Strasbourg, don't park on Grand Ile. You could park just outside and it's going to be half price instead of paying like 40. Sorry, that was the German traffic alert system. But yeah, if you're staying in Strasbourg with a car, park outside of Grand Ile. It's going to be about 20 euros versus about 40 euros, 45 euros. And in terms of a city too, Strasbourg is awesome, probably one of the nicest places that we visited in France, and also a really good transit hub. You could take the train to Paris, 2 hours, Frankfurt, Berlin, Munich, and even if you have a car, you can do all these day trips from there. Very easy to get around and very well connected, so I just figured I would point that out as we're driving here in this massive rainstorm. So we made it to Colmar, France. No real issues along the way. We did see quite a bad accident. But yeah, this town itself is quite beautiful. I'll shoot some video here. I'll throw it in the film. Yeah, very nice. Full of tourists, obviously, like us. But if you're familiar with Beauty and the Beast, this is the town that they modeled the town in the film on. It's Colmar, France. I don't know if you can feel it or see it or hear it, It is extremely windy right now. Our efficiency is at 35 kilowatt hours per 100, but we're actually been averaging this whole trip about 25, which is, for something this big, is actually not too bad. But yeah, it's really windy right now. That's not me seesawing on the steering wheel, that's the wind hitting the side of a 5,000 pound SUV here in France. We're going to go charge at Ionity now, at an Ionity stop, because we are not going to have enough battery to get to Geneva. But I predicted that. It's cold and it's extremely windy out here, so we'll see you at Ionity. So we just arrived at a Ionity site here. There's another BMW iX and what looks like a iX3. I think that's an iX3 here as well. Sorry, the microphone's so close to my face. It is extremely windy. So this is our iX charging up. This is actually a pretty nice Ionity site. I like using Ionity. They're one of the better charge providers in Europe, and it's cool seeing 3 BMW EVs here. Pretty awesome, if you ask me. It's been very windy. This was I think this was an unscheduled stop. I was planning one closer in Switzerland. We're just outside of Switzerland. We're still in France. As I said, I was expecting to make one stop, but it's been extremely windy, like 35 kilometer an hour winds. So this was unscheduled. This thing is not very aerodynamic or efficient. It's just burning through battery like you wouldn't believe. I think we were getting mid 30 kilowatt hour usage per 100 kilometers. So we're going to charge up here and we'll be on our way. I like using Ionity, as I mentioned, one of the large charge providers. They're a consortium of it's a consortium with vehicle OEMs that got together and founded the network. A lot of them are partners. We are at 45% state of charge. We arrived at 42 or 43, charging at 98 kilowatts. Battery's pretty cold. This is our iX, as you've known. Laura's in there on her phone, probably rolling her eyes at me. We have another iX over here. And the iX3, I believe this is an iX3. Again, this looks like a brand new Ionity site here. Pretty nice. But yeah, this is how it is in Europe. No issues charging. Actually, let's see what this is. Sorry, this is a iX1, not an iX3. My mistake. We don't have those in Canada yet, so that's why I was a bit confused. I'm going to run to McDonald's now and get a coffee. Still plugging away here. 61% state of charge, 71 kilowatts. Time to have some excellent road trip snacks because we're in France and my precious orange Gina. The McDonald's was actually closed. I couldn't get a coffee, so that will have to wait. But yeah, we're still going good here. And the rest of the BMWs are starting to leave as well. And that one's getting packed up and out of here. So see you when we unplug. And because we're in Europe, it's always high-speed stuff. Hydro-Quebec, are you listening? All right, we are at, I think, 78 or 79. We're going to unplug here. We'll stop the charge. We'll hit that. Yeah, we were at 79%. We're good. We'll unplug this. As I said, I'm a huge fan of Ionity. This should come out. Yeah. I didn't hear the click, that's why. Which ones are these? Yeah, these are the Huber Schuner cables. But yeah, typical Europe, everything is high speed. You're not running around looking for 50 kilowatt dispensers and charging sites that don't work properly. Everything here has worked, in my experience, perfectly fine. But yeah, I love Ionity, huge fan of it. All right, we'll get back on the road. Let's roll. we just crossed into Switzerland at the Basel border crossing. We're 240 kilometers to Geneva now, according to the GPS. 2 hours and 21 minutes. 70% state of charge.
Slide right.
Hold on, we'll we are at 70% state of charge. 230 kilometers indicated remaining, 235 to Geneva, but we are going to stop for lunch and we'll just plug in. I don't want to bring it back at 00 or stress out about having to charge it for that last 15-20 kilometers. Okay, she done yelling at me, the sat nav. But yeah, all is well here. Roads are starting to get congested up again. Everyone's coming back from Easter. So we're just gonna cruise along, probably doing 110, 115, that's good enough. Made another stop at Ionity. We're at 142 kilowatts. That's the best I've seen. We're going to charge up here, have lunch, and then make the final run to Geneva. But all good over here at Ionity. So this is a pretty big supercharger. I should have stopped here. Actually, sorry, I should have plugged in here. It would have been cheaper than Ionity, like 30 cents a kilowatt hour cheaper. And there's this, like maybe 20 or 30 chargers on the other side from SoCar, which we can't access because we don't have a charging card from them. But no, pretty big charging stop here, but this is Europe, and look at the diversity of cars. A bunch of cars here. We're going to get unplugged. The rain's picking up. Let's go stop this charge and get unplugged and then have our lunch. Just finishing up here at our rest stop. We ended up getting some gas station sandwiches. We didn't feel like having McDonald's again. But yeah, pretty nice rest stop. Ton of EV charging here. There's a Tesla supercharger that has 12 or 16 stalls. There's 10 Ionity. They have about 10 SoCar ones as well. That was the one we couldn't initiate the charge earlier when we stopped at a rest stop, because I think you need some sort of RFID card or an app account. Anyways, there's like 40 EV chargers here. It's great. They're all busy, rotating in and out quick. We're 100 kilometers from Geneva, about an hour away or so, probably less than an hour at these speed limits. So we're gonna head there, drop off the car, and then we're off on the train to Lyon. If I don't record an ending there, again, thank you for watching. We enjoy doing these Euro EV road trips, and we'll see you again soon.